I definitely did not intend for this video to be going up so long after the Jeddah race. It's only a week, but that feels like a long time in F1. Please forgive me. I was away and then ill and then dealing with a minor flood in our house. So unforeseen circumstances hopefully will not be happening again. We are now in the build up to Australia, so that's exciting. But first, let's talk about Jeddah. I have some clips of me reacting to the race. I was in a writing session, so it was a bit of an odd situation, but I was able to watch the race. Qualifying was entertaining because I was at my brother's at that point with my nephew, who was only 15 months, bless him. So sometimes he would watch the cars go zoom, and other times he just wanted to press buttons on my laptop.
Braking stability is going to be a challenge. Watch the shower of sparks from the back of that McLaren. Get the nose into the burnout switch. Jumping. No better than be. Burnouts get backwards. The most amount of strain to the drive dropping out. It's a tricky one for Norris and Hamilton though. They've got to drive.
They should be okay for about 25 laps. You can maybe make that to lap 28. Here with Oscar Piastri. Norris leads into turn one. Max Verstappen. Then comes the Mercedes of Hamilton. 1 and 3. And Norris and Hamilton haven't pitted yet in this race. Fernando Alonso down in 7th place. And there's a skirmish going on.
This is like a key moment. Norris is still leading. If he can, oh, he's more than 1 second. Come on. Basically, if he's under a second, Verstappen gets to use DRS, which gives him an advantage. But if he can get above a second, because they're not allowed to use that in the first lap after a restart, he doesn't have that advantage. Please show Norris and Verstappen instead. Yeah, she might have done it. Still ahead. Okay.
Obviously the big story was Ollie Behrman. I think he did a phenomenal job. I mean, he's another Brit on the grid. I was loving it. The fact that all 4 Brits finished in like consecutive positions was very satisfying. And also, like, what were the chances? Max's lead was less than 20 seconds. I will take that for now. I'm hoping it keeps going in that direction. Alpine was still awful, and I think I was debating if I could change my prediction at this point because, yeah, I just don't see how they can get forward from the back of the grid. Like, I know McLaren made a huge jump last year, so unless they can do that, but given they're having staffing issues anyway. Talking of Haas, I know people are split on the whole Kevin Magnussen strategy, but I thought it was genius, and I actually love when they use strategies like that. Like, some of my favourite moments last year were to do with strategy, particularly Singapore, like Carlos using Lando to keep DRS and keep the Mercedes back. Like, that was such a exciting moment to watch because strategy was being used as and influencing the result. I just love when it has more complexities to it than just is that car quicker. So I found that quite entertaining, although I was slightly frustrated for Alex because I felt like, yeah, Albon could have pushed further potentially without that, but the fact that they managed to basically get a free pit stop was incredible and so entertaining to watch. I was happy for Charles. Podium finish. I feel like he needed that. I'm hoping the Ferraris just keep fighting and pulling that lead closer and closer and challenging Red Bull. I think McLaren are doing well, like especially Mercedes now look 5th on the grid, which is kind of a big deal. So I'm excited for Australia because Oscar's home race, they're in a much better position than last year. Like, it's an exciting place to be. But I am hoping we can switch up this Red Bull 1-2 and a Ferrari podium at some point, which, given last year's Australia race, this could be the one. Thought Ollie did great. Hoping, I mean, I feel pretty confident that Sainz will be back in the seat given he did not look like he should be walking, but he made sure he was in the paddock for that race. Also, Ollie's dad, all the like memes being shared, bless him, that was so sweet. Just him and his dad the whole weekend is so cute. And it's made me like really, I'm struggling to picture the grid next year because there's so many drivers that it feels like don't have seats currently that should have seats, but also like how would you decide the drivers currently that wouldn't get seats next year? Like there definitely feels like too many drivers for the seats, which is awesome because you can end up with like really great drivers apart from where like sponsors get involved. And it's also tricky because it's like how do they decide who comes in and who goes, and yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting silly season. I mean, it already is, but I just really can't picture what is gonna happen because it's definitely like, yeah, give Ollie a seat, but then it's when you start asking which one, it gets a lot harder because he probably won't go down the Williams Mercedes route because he's a Ferrari driver, which then puts him in Haas, but Haas haven't been great cars, so how does he show his full potential? And also, how do you choose between Nico and Kevin? I feel like they're the main talking points. We did have our first bucket hat, courtesy of Lando Norris, of course. So that's gone on the bingo card. That's the only addition, really. Let me know your thoughts. If you're in the UK, are you getting up early to watch this Australia race? I am. I don't think I'm going to watch qualifying because just the 2 mornings in a row, maybe not the best idea for me, but I will be getting up to watch this race and I'm quite excited about it, so I will bring you along for that. Let me know your predictions. Do you think Daniel Ricciardo will do a bit better given it's a home race? I hope you enjoyed. Comment any thoughts you have, I would love to hear them, and I will see you on the flip side.